In today's video, we will be covering some of our favorite restaurants to eat at while visiting Chicago. These are our 5 favorite places that we like to go to anytime we're in Chicago. So first we will start with Reunion by Chef Art Smith. We started with Chef Art's Puppies. These are Art Smith's version of Hush Puppies. They come with a side of pimento cheese and some red pepper jam. Me and my wife both tried these and we decided that just by themselves, they were really good. There's a lot of flavor and seasoning to them. Most hush puppies are not that well seasoned or flavored, but these were really good just by themselves. She tried the pepper jam and I tried the pimento cheese. And they were fine with those, but honestly, they were better by themselves. Then we also tried the 3 cheese mac and cheese, which comes with aged cheddar, some Kobe Jack, and some white cheddar. It looks amazing, as you can see in the video. It is delicious as it looks. We were really surprised because it kind of looked like a casserole, had a little crust on top, and we always like mac and cheese with crust on top, even if we make it at home or get it out somewhere. But it was just so cheesy, and I think it was the combination of the 3 different cheeses that made it so flavorful. And then we had fried chicken. The fried chicken was actually really juicy. It was very well seasoned too, very crispy. Also, it was a light breading on the chicken, not real heavy, not real thin, because sometimes you don't want it too thick, you don't want it too thin, where it just falls off. And then it came with a homemade hot sauce. The hot sauce was actually really good. It was probably like a middle of the road on the spicy level. Next on our list of restaurants to try when in Chicago is Gordon Ramsay's. We started with the Hell's Kitchen Burger. This had sriracha aioli, pepper jack cheese, and mashed avocado. There was tomato jalapeno jam. This made it really flavorful. And there was a toasted sesame seed bun. And interestingly enough, even though it was toasted, the bun was extremely soft, almost like it hadn't been toasted. And I think that was what really made the difference. The bun and then the beef patty is made with 3 different cuts of aged beef. So even just the beef by itself, I actually took it off the bun and tried some of the hamburger by itself. It was just a nice, juicy, extremely well flavored. Whatever seasonings they put on it in the kitchen was just a nice mix, so it really brought out the flavor of just a good grilled hamburger. This is some of the best beef we've ever had of anywhere we've ever gone, because a lot of times you get good flavored hamburger, but they're not real juicy, or it's juicy, but there's not a lot of seasoning or flavor, and this had a great combination of both. We also tried the ABC burger. The ABC burger is for avocado, bacon, and cheddar. It also had lettuce and roasted tomatoes on the same kind of toasted sesame seed bun. Also, the tomatoes were roasted. I think this made them a little sweeter than usual, and it just tasted different. It brought more of the tomato flavor forward, and it just made them a stronger tomato taste than most tomatoes. So I'd definitely recommend if you're somewhere and you can get toasted tomatoes, give them a shot as an addition or an add-on to a burger. Then we also tried some truffle fries. And we say we tried truffle fries because all the burgers at Gordon Ramsay's at the time we were there were a la carte. So essentially, there were no sides included with your burgers. Any additional sides, whether it was onion rings, burgers, mac and cheese, there was an additional cost. The truffle fries, there was nothing special about it. There wasn't a ton of cheese, ton of seasoning. They were just truffle fries. Honestly, the fries were okay. Wouldn't exactly recommend trying the truffle fries, so they're known for their onion rings. I would always maybe give the onion rings a shot, but we are big fry people, so we decided to go with fries. Then for desserts, we tried a couple. We tried the chocolate brownie sundae, which was interesting because it comes in a Pilsner cup. And I knew we'd ordered a shake, but the sundae came out first, and it kind of looked like the shake. There was a brownie in it down inside, then there was some ice cream on top of that, some chocolate syrup, some whipped cream, and then small little like brownie bites on top. It was a very small portion for the $12, but it had great flavor. I just felt like it wasn't really worth the $12. Now, the Oreo cream brulee shake, that's where it was at. The Oreo milkshake with cream brulee pudding on top of it with whipped cream. It was just so tasty. I think the cream brulee made the Oreo flavor so much stronger. I mean, most shakes you get whipped cream with, but the Oreo taste just kind of smacked you in the face. It was something else. So I would definitely recommend getting a burger, maybe some onion rings, but a burger and a milkshake when you go to Gordon Ramsay's. The next restaurant on our list of favorite places to visit to make sure we stop in to eat and grab a bite when we are in Chicago is Geno's East. This place is always packed. Every time we go, we've had to wait 20 to 30 minutes, and it's worth the wait. This time we tried some breadsticks and a couple different kinds of cheese sticks. The breadsticks were fine. I mean, they were toasted, kind of baked in the oven, had some garlic, butter, and a little bit of oregano, kind of your standard breadsticks. But the cheese sticks, that's where it was at. They were really nice. They had some oregano, great flavor, but the cheese, just the amount of cheese, they were so hot you could barely pick them up when they came out. And that is the difference with me with cheese sticks, because you could just pull and pull and pull, and cheese just kept coming. And it was the right amount of breading. They weren't real thick. I don't like it when you get a quarter inch, when you get a bunch of breading around it, and you're just really chewing through a lot of bread. Sometimes they get soggy. These weren't light, but they were just the right amount of breading. And then of course the seasoning. They sprinkled extra Parmesan cheese on the outside with some oregano. And then we tried some cheese sticks filled with spinach. I'm not a spinach person. My wife wanted to try them. These were actually kind of soggy. I don't know if the spinach caused them to get a little wet, but soggy is the word I would use. It was completely different than the original cheese sticks. But oddly, they put four cheese sticks filled with spinach and four original side by side on the same plate. And it was hard to tell until you picked them up, then you could kind of see the puddle. I just thought they'd be separated. But I would definitely recommend the cheese sticks, not the ones with spinach. Even my wife, who likes spinach, was not a fan of those. And the breadsticks are fine, but if you got one choice for an appetizer at Geno's East, I would definitely get some cheese sticks. Then the pizza. We tried the Meaty Legend. And one thing you got to remember with them, and they do have signs up on the menu and on the table telling you it's going to be a 45-minute wait because the pizzas are deep dish and they're cooked to order. So you're roughly going to be waiting 45 minutes to an hour to get a pizza, but it is well worth the wait. And the Meaty Legend that we got came with sausage, pepperoni, bacon, and Canadian bacon. All kinds of meats. And the cheese is just so much cheese on the pizza. I mean, they slather the pizza in cheese. It's covered in sauce, but even after all the meats and sauce, it is just a good, gooey, deep dish pizza. And even the crust is nice. So, if you go to Geno's East, I would recommend getting some cheese sticks with a pizza. Lou Malnati's. This is another pizza place. Highly rated on Google. And this was one we were really dying to try. We've gone to this one a couple times, couple different cities. We've tried it in Indianapolis, we've tried it in Chicago. It is consistently the same. I was going to say the toasted garlic cheese bread is the appetizer to get. The bread on the outside was just crunchy, it was properly toasted, wasn't burnt, and the bread had two different cheeses. There was cheddar and then there was some mozzarella cheese. And we were just surprised how much cheese was on this bread. I mean, saying it was really, really cheesy. I didn't have the wingspan to pull the cheese apart and the cheese to just keep pulling and pulling and pulling. And another key to it is it comes out extremely hot. It was just amazing. Like I said, two different locations, two different cities, and I would definitely recommend getting the toasted garlic cheese bread. And then for our pizza, the last time we went, we tried Mike's Hot Honey Deep Dish, which just happened to be their pizza of the month. This had sausage, cut pepperoni, and hot honey. The sauce was very spicy and flavorful. The sausage was tender, and it also was like an Italian sausage because there was a lot of sage to it. And the pepperoni, where it was the cut pepperoni, had cups of grease, which we are fans of. We don't eat greasy pizza like that a lot, but a good greasy pizza every now and then is just excellent, especially when it's made right. And the pizza has so much cheese. We have mentioned before Geno's East had a lot of cheese. This place just lives and dies with cheese. The garlic cheese bread is covered in cheese. The pizza is smothered in cheese. And the crust is where it's at. The crust is what sets them apart from everyone else. Every other pizza place, in my opinion, the crust is very light, it's very soft. I mean, that is hard to do, in my opinion, to make a deep dish crust that is toasted, yet you're not cracking your teeth on it. And there is garlic butter on it. You can taste it. It's almost like getting an additional side, like having garlic bread with it. And I was just amazed. I don't know. We had eaten at Geno's East before, and Lou Malnati's, my son was excited to go to, and I was really just impressed. So if you get a deep dish pizza, try the crust. I would say turn it around, eat the crust first. So get yourself a deep dish pizza and some garlic cheese bread when you go to Lou Malnati's. It will be worth your money and your time. And this place is as busy as Gino's East was. A couple times we've gone, we've always had to wait 20 or 30 minutes, but it is worth the wait. Our one breakfast place on our list of restaurants in Chicago when visiting Chicago is Wild Berry Pancakes and Cafe. They have two different locations. We have visited both, and both of them we had to wait like 20 to 30 minutes, and there's a reason you wait. The portions are extremely large. Two people could share. Uh, this time around, we tried banana coconut cream pie pancakes. You get 6 good sized, maybe large sized pancakes. And there were so many fresh cut bananas on top of the pancakes. And the pancakes by themselves were just nice, fluffy pancakes. They would have been good with just syrup. I tried a few like that. The flavor of the pancakes were just amazing. I mean, I had fresh coconut on top of it. Then there was fresh cut bananas, as you can see in the video, all over the pancakes. And the coconut and the banana worked well. It just made the pancakes extremely, extremely sweet and flavorful. But I feel like two people could have shared this. And then my son tried some cinnamon roll pancakes, and he had the same thing as far as it was 6 pancakes just covered in cinnamon and icing. And neither one of us finished our pancakes. There was too much. Like I said, honestly, we probably could have each shared an order. I probably should have shared the cinnamon roll pancakes with him. And then my wife tried the chocolate banana bread French toast, which is extremely rich looking, and she said it was really rich because you had chocolate in the banana bread, you had chocolate chips on top of it, there was chocolate syrup, and it was so much food. And it was just as rich as you would think. And she said it was extremely flavorful. The chocolate really came out in it, the banana bread was very tasty. Everything was really extremely soft and moist. It was just a delicious breakfast. And yes, you do have to wait, and it is kind of pricey, but it was just so much worth the wait. You get so much food. The food is so delicious, very flavorful. Like I said, just the combinations of the banana and the coconut on the pancakes are like the cinnamon roll and the icing pancakes. My son's had them other places, but he said this is some of the best he's ever had of cinnamon roll pancakes. And like the chocolate banana bread, we'd never had that anywhere, or the chocolate banana French toast, I should say. And that was something else. My wife just said it was delicious. It was worth the 20 or 30-minute wait. I believe each entree was about $20 to $25 at the time, but it's well worth the wait. It's well worth the money. So we would definitely recommend if you're looking for something sweet or a breakfast, go to Wildberry Pancakes and Cafe when you're in Chicago. Thank you for watching our review of the 5 restaurants we recommend you try at least one when you're in Chicago. Don't forget to subscribe, and we appreciate any comments you leave.